going down. Tired of myself, tired of this town.
Eminent Waste of Time, brought to you by CW Motorsports, episode 105. I'm Chad, and Doug's not here with me because basically we divided and conquered this last weekend. Look, I'm swinging. So I went to Brimstone down in Tennessee. Had to go down there for work, so I have some video clips that we're going to throw in here in just a second. And Doug went to Extreme XC Racing in, I believe was it Odin? I don't know, wherever it was. Somewhere down southern central Indiana. And there was a Powderpuff race, and Doug rode along with Steve Mueller's wife, Darrell. So, I have my video clips. We're going to show those first, and then I'll kick it over to Doug, and he'll have his video clips. Welcome to Tennessee. We're down here in Brimstone. Yeah, that's the mega cab from the shop. Mega cabs don't fit in normal parking spaces, so you park up on the curb. It's kind of how it goes. We ate at Cracker Barrel at like 4:30 because it's the day before the show and we're waiting for stuff to happen. Welcome to Brimstone Paragon event. Those, in case you guys can't read that, are 40-inch on 20-inch wheels. Looks nice, not for me. Big old portals. Portals on that in 38s. So what y'all are seeing there, that's the stage for Brimstone Paragon, as you can see by that giant sign. They're getting set up. Today is day one of the whole show. Not a lot of people rolled in because it's a Friday. It's still morning right now, 11 o'clock in the morning. Come tonight, it will be packed with people. There's already quite a few people here. We rolled in Wednesday night late because I am here with CW Motorsports, and our setup was we had to be here at 11 a.m. on Thursday to do the vendor setup. So we had to show up a little early. We had to get that done. And then the rest of the Thursday afternoon, we went and we checked out a local dealership. I got to sit in a nice Pro or XP Pro. I really like that seating position on those. I'm gonna turn y'all around. I really like that seating position on that Pro XP. It's really nice. Cross over here. It really is exactly what I thought it was gonna be. It is the mix between the Polaris, the current one like mine, the 18s and 19s, and the X3. So really is nice to see them like that. Right now I'm taking a walk, left the booth for a minute. I'm gonna go try and find Polaris, and we're gonna beat them up a little bit on why Cody Willenborg doesn't have his Pro XP yet, because he ordered it the day of release and nothing. Look at that machine. Nice low cages on both these things coming up. Those low cages look neat. So yeah, all kinds of vendors and stuff like that. Red Bulls here with whatever that is, but crazy looking thing. But I imagine you can't see squat out of it. I'll update you guys in a minute. Well, I found Polaris. Now we get to go beat them up and see why the Pro XP hasn't been shipping to all the dealers.
signed up for a demo ride. I'm gonna go check out the Pro XP here at 1 o'clock. Got all signed up for the demo ride. Got the whole backstory kind of on what's happening and why, basically why there's a shortage of Pro XPs. So what they told me was they released the Pro XPs. Nice Harley truck. I'll spin you guys around. They released the Pro XPs and they had some issues. As many people have seen, they've had some hub issues and definitely some clutching issues. Clutches grenading and stuff like that. So they had some out to people, but they didn't have a huge massive problem with them. So they didn't issue an official recall. So what they did was they just held back production. Truck coming. So they held back production on them for a little bit, which they held back production for not just dealers, but also they held back production for racers who are like factory back racers who already had orders placed and everything else. So they have now at this point fulfilled all their orders for all their factory back racers to have their machines, and they have fulfilled the media obligations that they had to get media people theirs. Please pause. Look, it's a nice little river you get to walk over. This is a bridge I'm on. Pretty big. Anyway, they fulfilled media obligations also for people. So those are done. And they are now starting to get dealer stuff done. But they're kind of behind the 8 ball. They're back on production. So that's why it's taking so long. Sorry guys, I got to. But you were having fun, right? Good enough. Well, I am leaving Polaris, as you can see back behind me, and I got to ride the Pro XP. Not a long ride, but 15-minute, something like that ride. Pretty good. My opinions on it. I love the seating position that they give you. Think of a, we'll say like your normal, mine is an 18 XP Turbo. Think of that with reclined bases, and then as much as it reclines you from factory to the reclined bases, do that again. And that's what you get. Sorry, there's vehicles and I'm crossing the bridge again. So think of it about that much. That's how much reclined it is. Hopefully I don't have dust and stuff all over me. It's nasty out. Then the power, because that's the one thing that they really talk about. It is not as much as mine. Now mine is 200 horse at the crank right now. It's where it sits with the tune I have. But the power is good, and it's a much more linear power delivery than even mine is. So it's different. It's good. I like the power. Clutching is good on it. Tires are carnivores, man. If you don't know what carnivores do off-road, you haven't looked. Let's see what else on it. Oh, ride command. Mine locked up. I couldn't control the suspension. I could scroll between screens, but I couldn't change it out of comfort mode. So, sucks, but it is what it is. I wanted to see what firm and everything felt like. Sorry, I'm back. I had to walk by and I was talking to some people. I like the doors. I didn't really feel a need for having to have the lower doors. Like on mine, when I got it, I definitely wanted the lower doors. I figured that out right away. On that one, I didn't really feel the need to have them. Just didn't notice it. One of the big drawbacks, and you're gonna have this with the more reclined seating position, is you can't see the front end. And approaching here at Brimstone, they have water breaks in all the trails. Water break is you have a trail going much like a road, and it's a hump. Think of it like a speed bump 3 times the size or something. So it's big, and what it does is stop the water from just rushing down the trail and washing it out. It diverts it and it rolls off the side of mountain or the cliff or the whatever, the hill. So when you approach one of those, if it's level or whatever, you can't see where the trail goes. So if it turns, you don't know. Is that bad? Not necessarily. It's just different. Like I said, it's kind of inherent to what you'll have when you have the more reclined seating position. The radio, I didn't have the ultimate version, I don't think. It didn't have the full upgraded stereo anyway. It had a stereo and it did have dynamics, but it just was, I guess, it would be the base ultimate. Suspension I can't comment on. Even in full comfort, I'm not a super huge fan of the dynamic suspension. I don't think it does as well. I don't want it adjusting on me. I did find that it was adjusting on me. As I was going down the trail, I did find it was adjusting on me. Like when I would buck the back end up over one of those water breaks, I would find that it would firm the back end up like it's supposed to, but the problem is I don't like how it adjusts going into corners. This is just me, take it for what it's worth. I want a predictable machine. I want to set it and I want to know how it's going to react every time, all the time. I don't want it changing on me. I don't want it deciding how it should or shouldn't be set mid-corner, mid-jump, mid-anything. So that's just me. Nice machine. Is it the machine for me? Maybe. I would love to have the dynamics. Not the dynamics. I'd love to have the ride command, not the dynamics. Maybe I'm the oddball, but for trail riding, it's great. Here in a little bit, I'll update you guys some more. I'm getting into some really loud places. Welcome to my view for the day. Parts, A-arms, and tubs of stuff. That's what we're doing for the day, sitting out here. People are just starting to show up. It's Friday afternoon, about 3:30, 4 o'clock, something like that. And people are just starting to show up. They're doing a sound check back over there, so sorry about the noise. Hair, whatever. So, yeah. That's what we got. See ya. Music. Good music, at least this time. Probably get demonetized for this. The dust is real. Maybe you guys can see it. So it's about 5:30, and what's going on is people are starting to come back from riding. We're just getting a sprinkle of rain. I really hope we get more. But people are just coming back from riding, and there's a trail basically right over in the direction I showed you. That's the main trail in and out of the woods. So they're running up and down that and just stirring up dust. That one's always the worst for anything. So, yep, that's what's going on. So far, no one has showed up. It is dead here. Normally, there's quite a bit of foot traffic through here by this time of day. It just hadn't happened. Now, it's just 5:30-ish, so some people are still getting off work and driving in and showing up. But, yeah, there isn't near as many people as I would have expected at this point, so hopefully the show picks up. I don't want to just sit here and do nothing. So that's what I got. See you guys in a little bit. Day 2 of the show. Nitro Circus guys are getting ready to start. Hopefully have some video for you guys here of that in just a few minutes. As you can see, the dust is bad. They're telling me back on that back road that is back over there. So on the other side of those trees that you're seeing, there's a river, creek, whatever. It's probably 50 feet wide or so. And then there's the road that you kind of drive along this way to get back to a lot of the trails. So there's camping up that way, and that's where Polaris is. And then there is camping over this way, and all the trails are back up in there. And there's some up in there too, but not near as many. So, sorry. Radio. So they're getting ready to start.
Wait a minute. Hold on. We got celebrity status up in the house. Let me try that one
traveling home, fueling the truck. Still got lots of razor parts. Didn't sell everything. Show was pretty dead. It was kind of amazing. There. I'm gonna get on the other side. So the show was pretty dead. Not impressed with the amount of people there. When I talked to some of the people that ran the place there at Brimstone, they said, oh yeah, show attendance is roughly the same as it always is. Every vendor we talked to said it was the absolute deadest they'd ever seen. We said the same thing. If I was guessing, I would say there was between 1,500 and 2,000 people there, tops. Normal attendance, and normally it's on Labor Day weekend, normal attendance is like 7,000 or 8,000, maybe a little more, something like that. But yeah, definitely attendance was down. So yeah, just fueling the truck, making the trip home. I'll do a final wrap up here in a little bit with you guys. I know I didn't get to finish telling you about the Pro XP test drive and all that and what I thought, so I'll kind of do a wrap up on that here in a little while and get you guys out of here and done. So that's my stuff. Had a good time. Not a lot of people there. It was super dusty. I would guess somewhere in the neighborhood of 1,500 to 2,000 people. Normally there's like 8,000. It was just, there's nobody there. So I know I didn't do the full review of the Pro XP like I talked about wrapping it up with some, but I think we're going to save some of that for next week because there's really a lot to talk about there. So yeah, just check that out. But right now I'm going to kick it over to Doug, and Doug's going to show you his clips. So see you guys.
The only thing I can infer about the poor attendance of the Paragon event is that they heard Eminent Performance was going to be represented there, so no one else showed up. Regardless, as Chad already said, I went to the Extreme XC Powderpuff race this past weekend, and I think I'm just going to go ahead and let these clips speak for themselves, but I'll be back with you afterwards to close out the show. Well, hello there, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, fans of all ages. Welcome to my car. You might notice I'm sitting right now. That's because I'm stuck in construction. But where I'm trying to get to is Odon, Indiana, because I am headed down for the Extreme XC Series side-by-side race this weekend. But not the side-by-side race you might all be thinking of, where there's cash prizes and trophies and bragging rights. No, this is far better than that. This is the Powderpuff race that is happening tonight, which I believe is Friday, September 27th. Well, I know it's Friday. I just think it's the 27th part. So, I'm heading down that way, and then I have to head right back because I've got some other obligations tomorrow morning on Saturday that I can't get out of, unfortunately. So, I'm going to do a whirlwind tour of Indiana and bring you the best possible coverage we can of one of the most awesome events ever. I don't quite fit the gender profile for participating in a Powderpuff race. However, I am going to be co-dogging for Darrell Mueller, who is Steve Mueller's lovely and talented wife. And she's going to set the world on fire in the infamous or famous or whatever you want to dub it Mueller racing machine. That's right, the one he's been racing all this season. She is going to take the reins. She's not driving the old daily or anything like that. She's driving the full-blooded race machine. Should be an absolute blast tonight. There's talk about a possible transgender person with a last name of Bunch that's going to crash the whole event, so we'll have to see what happens there. Gonna be a good time no matter what. Really excited about just being in a car again, hanging out with the race folks. Haven't gotten to do near enough of that this season. If you've been following the show at all, you'll know it's been a lot of transition for Chad and I, especially me with moving my family back up to the north end of the state. But things are starting to settle down a little bit, and we are hoping that in 2020 we can return to more of a normal Eminent Performance style schedule, which kind of is a nice segue into what does 2020 hold for Eminent Performance. Well, we don't know exactly. That's going to be one of the interesting things. Chad's working for CW now, so he's going to be traveling a lot more. He's going to be much more involved in the side-by-side industry. So that's going to change the dynamic of the kind of coverage we are able to bring you. It also changes the dynamic for how much time Chad has. Obviously, I live on the north end of the state now, where there is no side-by-side racing whatsoever. So that means everything is now a long trip for me, but that's not a huge deal. A lot of our racers make very long treks from Illinois and other states to participate in these races, some all the way from Iowa. So I can't hardly complain about a 4-hour drive. So I'm going to be trying to make more races and pick up some of the slack there. There is talk, pretty serious talk, about there being a short course series based in Indiana. Trying to pick up some of the slack from the Lucas Oil Midwest Short Course League that had to fold up the tent, unfortunately. A lot of people not very happy about that because short course is becoming a more and more prominent style of racing for these expensive, fast UTVs. So there's some pretty serious talk about that.
There's now a slowdown on I-465 West, causing an 8-minute delay.
Aww.
You will now arrive at 1519.
Dang it all. I'm sure you all heard that. There's now a delay on 465. Good news is I'm not anywhere close to it yet, so that's special. Anyways, yeah, so there's going to be a short course league that is forming. It's not a certainty yet, but it's kind of a 85 to 90% thing, so we're really excited about that. We will bring you full details as soon as we are cleared to release them. So that should be a really good addition, because I think not everybody wants to race through the woods. Obviously, as the machines have changed, they've gotten wider, they've gotten faster. In some cases, it's kind of harder to navigate through the woods now than it was with your old narrow Razor 800 because it was slower and you could fit through the trees better. And so, not that XC racing is going anywhere, but I think there's definitely a strong demand for short course format. So we're really excited to see that. We're going to be covering that as that matures and progresses. So, all right, folks. Pit stop number 1. I'm at the Shoemaker compound. Evidently, Chad did not drive himself down to Tennessee. Probably hitched a ride in the famous Willenborg minivan. Ooh. Packages. We'll play delivery guy today. Is that one actually for Chad? Maybe not. Keypad. I know the secret code, but I can't show y'all. Hello, cat. Yeah, I know, I'm not supposed to be here. Hello, other cat. Okay. We'll do a package delivery. And here's what I came for. In theory, there's a race suit in here. And there is. And a GoPro and all sorts of good stuff. Of course, what I didn't realize was that it is crapping hot down here. It's 20 degrees colder up north, so I thought, hey, I'm going to be thankful for this race suit because it's going to be cold for this race. It's like 90 degrees down here. I don't know how it could be that big of a temperature difference, but... Hello, kitty. Wow. Ooh, look at you, being friendly. I'll be sneezing all day because I touched you now. It was a bad plan. Alrighty. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, stuff is about to get real right now. There's my driver. Getting strapped in.
Super excited.
Oh, yeah. And then the best part is actually not her getting strapped in, but Steve also has to get strapped in as well. He's got a totally different thing. I'm not sure who's more nervous. But everyone's getting lined up. I got to get strapped in here. We going racing. All right, you probably can't hear me, but we're ready to race. On the start line. I'm videoing Steve, videoing me. Ready to go. You reckon you want it? aftermath of this whole mess.
We're still alive.
Second place.
We made it.
Made it second place.
I don't know about the razor.
The razor is perfectly fine. It just needs washed. Don't worry
Yep,
about it.
it'll be okay.
That clunking noise is totally normal. Don't need to worry about that. Here's our first place finisher.
Number 1.
We gave her a heck of a run, but she
Yes.
proved the superior racer today. But next time. But next time.
Yes. Yes.
And look who came in third place.
Hey, what's
Running
up?
solo. Didn't need any help whatsoever. No co-driver.
I could have used some help.
No, you were killing it out there. You were doing good. There we go. I'll get you out of the sun where people can see your face. There we go. Third place. That is an awesome podium right there. All Eminent Performance wives, I guess. That makes sense. Sure.
That makes sense.
So, did you like it? Did you have fun out there?
I loved it.
Are you racing that next year instead of playing?
I would like to.
I think you should.
I don't think he'll let me.
You don't get a say in this. Come on, we all know who the boss is. Well, good job out there. Congratulations. We're going to jump back over here. Ugly guy with a beard, sorry. All right. Tell us about it.
It was a blast.
Yeah?
So much fun. She is
there we
a
go.
badass driver, let me tell you. It was a blast. Had a good time. I don't think I broke anything. Darrell about got me, but I heard on the radio that here comes the pass, and I couldn't let it happen. So lots of fun. Would love to do it again, extreme. I want to do it again.
I think we need another class. I think this needs to be as many races as the men get.
I don't know about that.
No, totally.
I like to co-pilot a lot.
That was some
too.
fierce competition.
Yeah.
Well, you can still co-pilot for Devin.
Yeah, I can.
But then you can run your own series.
Two buggies, though. I could bring the Defender. I could bring the Defender.
Barry Miller said he's going to sponsor everybody. That's what I heard.
Lots of fun.
Yeah.
Lots and lots of fun.
Well, I'm glad you had a good time out there. You guys did freaking awesome.
You guys as well. Thank you.
All right, look at this.
Hey.
She ran an awesome race. She was feeding this little dude like that was the pre-race prep.
Pre-race prep. Got to feed the baby.
So feed the baby, hand him to dad, go run a kick-ass race,
Get the baby back.
get the baby back. She does it all. She can bring home the bacon and fry it in the pan.
Oh yeah, I need my own car, Steve.
Tell us about it. How'd it go out there?
It was a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. And I'm really proud that I did really good on the start. I was really worried about that.
You did.
Did good. Got second off the line, so not bad. And, oh man, that was the longest 30 minutes of my life. It was long. I think I screamed every time I ran up a jump and then said, I'm sorry every time I landed it.
You were the most polite driver I've ever been with. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry. Did you hit your head? Are you okay? Yeah. No, it was awesome. You
It was
did
good.
You did super good. I'm
It
proud
was
of
fun.
you.
Thanks for riding with me.
I would do that again anytime.
That was
Absolutely.
awesome. We almost rolled it, but we kept it together. Not too bad.
Alrighty. Well, I think we're going to have like an official podium thing here, so we'll check that out when it happens.
Wait,
Number 2.
Tabby. We have number 36, Sarah Plank in third place. How was it out there, Sarah?
It was fun. I had a rough start,
did you make
but I finally, after the first couple laps, I got the hang of it, so I'm happy.
Now, I don't know how you guys are, but is there anybody you want to thank out there?
I'll thank my husband, Mike. Basically just him for letting me drive it.
That's all right. Devin's got dog name.
That's about it. I mean, I'm still shaking.
You got to thank 834 Powderpuff.
834 Powderpuff.
And KitchenAid.
KitchenAid.
Oh,
Man, somebody's gonna shoot you for
Less bitching, more kitchen.
All right, that was our third place overall. Number 36, Sarah Plank. I'm not sure I can reach you. You may have to go to
Anyway, he bought it with Darrell.
Let's land over the car.
Gerard. Yep.
All right, we have our second place overall. Darrell Mueller, number 111, out of
Gerard.
Illinois.
Yeah, sure.
I hadn't heard that one. How was it out there?
It was good. We had a good time. I didn't roll it, and I got off the start line good. I did break it, but I just a little bit. Kept it together, so I was able to finish. Finally. Yeah, and I got a sweet plaque. And I had an awesome co-driver. Woo!
All right, that's our second place overall. Darrell Mueller. Woo!
Woo! Oh, this one too. Woo! Yeah. Good job, girl.
And we got our first overall.
You want a hug?
Rockville.
You got the Bridge Festival coming up.
Yes.
Our overall winner, number 278, Courtney Walker out of Rockville, Indiana. Did you have fun out there?
Had a blast. So much fun. Thank you, Extreme. Thank you, Eminent. Thank you, 834. Devin, of course, my awesome boyfriend. He was amazing.
Now she got the order right.
The Muellers, Knuckle, JT, Lori, my amazing co-pilot. Had a blast. So much fun. Tabitha, I want to do it again. What happened? I want to do it again. Let's do it. Definitely. Blast. Next year we'll do it. So much fun. Yes. Hey, a lot of fun. So thank you guys. Thank you all of you.
Get your own car. Race with the boys.
All right, that's overall number 278, Courtney Walker.
Woo!
Hey, I gotta get a picture, ladies. Where's? I'm right there. Okay. Yeah.
That's right. Hold that razor.
Sorry, I'm hold up.
I'm gonna stand there.
All right, are you ready? Look at me.
Yeah.
I gotta post it. Is it okay? Oh yeah.
Oh, there it is right there, Devin Smith. She wants a companion here, but we are here with Tabitha France, who is the mastermind behind this whole crazy series. And how are things going for you first season here?
Oh my God, we could not complain. We really took off. My staff's amazing, so everything flows really well. We've had no complaints. We get a lot of compliments each round. Our numbers are growing, so
that's awesome.
We're very pleased.
So this Powderpuff race, how'd this all come about?
Oh my gosh, Steve Mueller.
Steve's behind everything.
At this round, what was this, round 4? I think at round 4 we raced here at Odin. He approached me, asked me about it. I was all about it because I used to race one of these. I know how much fun it is. Got with Jeremy. He was on board, so we made it happen.
No, it was awesome. Seems like everybody here had a great time, and man, what a heck of a facility to run it at here. This place is beautiful.
This is the best property to do all the extra stuff. Tomorrow we're doing pit quads, pit bikes, strider bike race for the little ones, and then we're going to do the nighttime side-by-side race for these guys again.
Ooh, the nighttime race.
That's right.
So you guys are going to be back next year. You're not just going to fold up the tent, right?
Oh my gosh, no way. We are in it for the long haul. I've got Doug Harris here. He's a big part
It's
of the
Doug
series.
Danger Harris.
Just so you know.
He's a big part of it, helps me out with whatever I need. So yeah, we're definitely on board for next year and hopefully many years after.
Heck yeah. Well, hey, if people are interested in Extreme, where can they find out some information about you?
Hey, go on www.extremexc.com. You can find all the information on there you need. We list the flyer for every race, all the rules, all the classes are on there. Our dates for next year on there. I do have all my property squared around. We're doing 10 squared away. Sorry, we're doing 10 rounds next year. We're going to have that schedule with all locations listed on the back of our banquet tickets, and then I will have something hanging up on registration if people want to see that beforehand. And Doug helped me work on that this year. Doug and Jeremy checking out properties, getting things squared away, signing contracts. So it's all good.
Heck yeah. All right, well, you guys are doing an awesome thing down here. Thanks for hosting this. Thanks for having us. And we'll be seeing some more of you next year.
Thank you very much. Thanks for coming out.
Finally making my way home. About 8:15 right now, which will put me home probably right about midnight. So that's an easy 8-hour round trip for what turned out to be a 30-minute race. But it was a riot. Let me tell you, Extreme put on a quality event there. I mean, they had trophies made up, they had a full podium, they had a full normal race start. It wasn't some kind of chopped up weird thing where they just said, okay, go race. I mean, they had a great track laid out. Everything about it was totally top flight. Very impressed with the event and how Extreme XC handled that. Definitely going to go back for more of their races next year. And once again, if you didn't catch it earlier, you can find them online at extremexc.com, or you can look them up on Facebook. Just look for Extreme XC. But top class operation all the way. Definitely very happy with how things turned out this evening. The ladies had a great time. The excitement in their voices on the podium was really infectious. They seemed to have an absolute blast, which is really the whole point of it. And you know, if you've never been to a race or experienced the atmosphere, it can be intense when you're out on the track. Everybody gets competitive, but the best part is the aftermath, where everyone's telling stories about their race, telling about how it went, congratulating each other, talking about what they did wrong, you know, ribbing each other about what they screwed up, but of course in a good-natured way. And there's just a really, really big sense of camaraderie. I know Chad and I have talked numerous times on the show about race family, but it really is like a family. Honestly, I hadn't seen most of these people for a couple months, probably 3 months, while I was getting transitioned back up north, and it was like a mini homecoming. It was great. So I don't know what else I can say to top it off. You really had to be there. You know what? If you have any interest at all in racing, just go experience a few events. You don't have to buy a buggy to be a part of the family. You just need to get out there and get involved. Heck, you know what? Maybe you can help out. Most race series are always looking for people that can help them out with odds and ends, and it's a great way to spend a weekend. So, anywho, I'm going to shut the phone off. It's getting dark out, and I probably should be paying attention to the road a little more than I am. You know, minor details like that. But great time, great event. Definitely looking forward to maybe trying to get to one more race this season before things dry up. There is going to be one more short course event, and that is currently scheduled for Saturday, November 8th, I believe. So we'll keep you posted on the details on that, the where and the when, but I'm going to try and make it for that one as well. All right, everybody, have yourselves a good evening. Get out to a race event. Just go do it. Extreme is going to be there this weekend, and I think most of these race series have one more event this year, so get out to one. Make it happen. Catch you all at the track. Now, as you may have heard in the post-race interviews, Steve's Razor didn't exactly escape unscathed from that Powderpuff race. Darrell came down under power on one of the jumps, and, well, let's just say we've got some after-the-race action we're going to go ahead and roll right here so you can see the aftermath.
All right, so Mr. Plank, what are we doing right now?
We're driving to Barry Miller's house to get some to try to fix Steve Mueller's U-joint.
Yeah, so Darrell apparently landed under power on some of the jumps tonight and broke the U-joint right at the transmission output. So, yeah, right there. Yeah. So we are on an emergency
parts fix.
We did get a U-joint. We ran to O'Reilly's. We got a U-joint. Mr. Knuckle, by the way, is in the back there hiding.
Right.
Yeah,
about an hour and a half into our trip.
Yeah. So we're on the way to Barry Miller's house for the emergency fix. I'm the only one fixing something tonight, by the way. You lucky guys. Damn wife. Ugh, she owes me for this. So yeah.
She owes me for this?
Yeah. I took care of Mr. Plank, though. I gave him some gas money or stripper money or whatever, you know. But it's all good. But, yeah, we just wanted to do a quick update for EP, and, I don't know, maybe we'll do something at Barry's house. Maybe when Ryan's got a torch in his hand or something. I don't know.
See if we can burn a house down.
Yeah, we're gonna try to burn Barry's house down. No, not really, but seriously, we do have MAP gas roll around in the back of the man van right now. We are in Plank's man van right now. So RV. Sorry, yeah, his RV. So yeah, more to come. We'll see. All right, so we are live, but not live, from the Barry Miller complex. You can't see that. Sorry, you can't see that. But Barry, what we got going on over here?
Well,
my drive shaft specialist over here.
Drive shaft. Yep. I don't know what they're doing because I'm not smart enough to know what's going on. Neither are we. And neither are they. So
we're gonna have to get the redneck welder out, aren't we?
I'd say you're gonna get a good back massage tomorrow after
all the vibration. Yeah, I'm good with it.
This has a tail light guarantee. Once we see the tail lights,
Where'd Chelsea go?
I think she's hiding. She went back to her cat.
Chelsea!
She went back to her cat.
So we pulled the man van, the Plankmobile, straight in the garage, burnouts and all, or dragging the back tires anyway. But Chelsea is hiding. She probably ran back in the house. The Barry Miller trailer. She did. She ran back in the house. But this is the Barry Miller complex. We are hard at work. It's like, I don't know, it's like midnight. Maybe not quite that late, but we are reverse engineering a drive shaft.
All right, take your punch and hit on the sides and try to give it a little twist.
This is an EP exclusive, behind the scenes.
No, like that. Like line up with it. Don't hit it. Make sure it's high enough that it's not going to hit that.
This is what happened when you let your wife drive your race rig in a race, landing on full power on jumps.
rest might go ahead and finish it off.
With our drive shaft specialist, Ryan, and Plank here, and Barry supervising. He is a full-on state supervisor of drive shaft specialties.
I don't know what else you can do other than try to
drive it on.
Signing out.
Getting ready to get nasty.
Why are we selling Chad? I don't know.
Chad needs another kitty.
Chad's not getting Jose.
So you foster kittens?
Yes.
How many do you have?
Like 18.
I'm really scared it's going to pop in.
So you're the crazy cat lady?
Yeah.
Okay, so Chad, this video is for you. Chelsea is gonna shed a tear if you don't foster Jose.
You're not getting Jose.
Jose the kitten. Poor Jose.
Leave Jose out of this.
Jose is a drive shaft specialist kitten now. He's been out here training all night. He's been training with the drive shaft specialist.
Just leave it right there. Just leave it like that. Look at this little thing.
Chad, wait, 8 ounces.
All right, we're signing off again.
There actually was one more video update after that, but it was getting late, people were getting tired, a little bit punchy, and things stopped being quite so PG, so I decided not to include that one here. Steve was able to get his car back together and go racing on Saturday. However, partway through the race, his primary actually exploded, which ended his day at the track. He still had a lot of fun, and he did get one of his famous Steve Mueller Dukes of Hazzard-esque jumps in. Another note, Mitch Langford was out there as well and actually was able to make his co-driver sick enough that he booted him out of the car. So it was another typical UTV racing weekend. Lots of crazy stuff happening, lots of fun, not necessarily a lot of success, but you can't measure fun by being successful necessarily. Chad's not here, so I can't do a stupid stuff with Chad, and I'm not going to do trivia with myself, so I think we'll just close this show out. So that means it's about time for me to come up with a catchy phrase. However, first we do need to thank all of our sponsors. Of course, our title sponsor, CW Motorsports. We also want to shout out to TGM Off-Road, Watch Communications, and Spangs Fab. Almost couldn't get that out. You can find us on the web at eminentperformance.com. You can find us on Facebook /Eminent Racing, on Instagram at Eminent Racing. You can find the video version of this on YouTube. Just go to youtube.com/eminentperformance. And admittedly, this one probably wasn't as interesting for our normal audio-only listeners, and we do apologize about that. Go check out the video. It's worth it, trust me. You can find the audio-only version on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, and iHeartRadio. And remember, no matter how many times you blow up your UTV on a given weekend, thanks for riding along with us.
Tired of screwing up, tired of going down, tired of myself, tired of this town.